the table. This year,
very passable, this bit of risotto, very passable.
yes, nothing like a good glass of Chateau de Chasselet, Josiah.
You're right there, Madonna, you're right there.
Who'd have thought 30 years ago we'd all be sitting here drinking Chateau de Chasselet?
Yes, back in those days we'd be happy with the price of a cup of tea.
A cup of cold tea.
Without milk or sugar.
Or tea.
In a cracked cup at all.
Yeah. We never used to have a cup. We used to have to drink out of an old rolled-out newspaper.
Yeah. The best we could manage was to suck the moisture out of a damn cloth. Oh, goodness.
What? But you know, I was happy then, despite being poor.
Because you're poor, my dear friend, because you're poor. You know, my father used to tell me one thing, and that was, son, money cannot buy you happiness.
Yes, he was a very smart man, your father.
Very wise.
Very wise indeed. But you know, I had nothing then and I was happy. We used to live in this tiny old house with great big holes in the roof.
A house? You were lucky to have a house. We used to live all 26 of us in a tiny room with half the floor missing. No furniture at all, and we had to huddle in one of the corners for fear of falling through the floor.
You were lucky to have a room. We used to have to live in the corridor.
Corridor? Oh, we used to dream of living in a corridor. It would have been a palace to us. We used to live in a tiny water tank on top of a rubbish tip, and every morning we'd be woken up by a load of rotten fish being dumped on us. House? Huh.
Well, when I say house, I only mean it was a hole in the ground covered by a sheet of tarpaulin. It was a house to us.
We were evicted from our hole in the ground. Had to live in a lake.
If you were lucky to have a lake. Best we could manage was a tiny shoebox in the middle of the road. 126 of us all crammed in there.
A cardboard box?
Yes?
You were lucky! We used to live in a paper bag at the bottom of a septic tank, and every morning we'd get up at 6 a.m., clean the paper bag out, eat a loaf of stale bread, head down to the mill for work for 14 hours a day, week in, week out, for 6 pence a week, and when we got home our dad would thrash us to sleep with a leather belt.
Luxury. We used to get out of the lake at 6 o'clock in the morning, clean the lake, get a handful of hot gravel, work 24 hours downhill for tuppence a month, and when we got home, our dad would thrash us to sleep with a broken bottle, if we were lucky.
Well, of course, we had it rough. We used to have to get out of our cardboard box at 12 o'clock, midnight, split 2 pieces of cold gravel between the lot of us, lick the road clean with our bare tongues, and then head down to work at the mill for 24 hours a day for 6 pence over 4 years, and when we got home, our dad would slice us in two with a bread knife.
Right. Well, I used to wake up at 10:30 at night, half an hour before I woke up, and then drink a glass of sulfuric acid, work 29 hours downhill for tuppence a month, pay Milona for permission to come to work, and when we got home, our mother and father would kill us and dance on our grave singing hallelujah.
You know what, Jebediah?
What, Josiah?
You try telling the kids of today that and they won't believe you.
They won't believe a word.
You know what else this reminds me of?
What?
Our old drama performances.
Yes.
If we forgot a big chunk of text, we'd always have to improvise something on stage.
Yes, improvising on the spot.
Well, the people got ready to perform their act. It was always so awkward.
Yeah.
Audience wondering if it was part of the act or not.
Yes, always wondered, never sure.
Miss Mora would always be up there in the techie box, death staring at
Death
us.
staring as like she is now.
It was always funny how many audience members turned around to look at her.
Yes, it's funny that none of them have done this time.
Yes, it was quite awkward, actually.
Yeah, it was very awkward. No, I was hoping for a bit of a gag there, but didn't get anything. You know what else sucked? She always used to stereotype me, always used to typecast my characters. Like now, for instance, she cast me as an Englishman.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's what she cast
An
you
Englishman,
as.
well, it would depend on the scene, but you know, there'd be Irish, there'd be Russian, you know, there'd be French, there'd be Spanish, German. any language, any culture, you name it, she'd make me impersonate it.
That must have been so awkward for you.
Yes, it was very awkward.
I bet that made you furious.
Very furious.
Sounds like a terrible drama.
Very terrible drama. It's the worst I've ever encountered in my entire 17 years of existence. I mean, 42 years of existence.
Well, thank you very much for this, but I believe I must be going.
Yes, that is right, of course. Would you please take a seat at the dinner table, wait for the rest of the guests to arrive? Go!